What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. We're gonna talk about this real quick. I don't want to get too crazy into this video. This video is called "Should Yanggang Attack Commentators?" And this is basically prompted by an interview that we're gonna talk about. I'm gonna try to stream this. I don't know. This video might not work out, so I'm just trying something. I already recorded my video for today, but we're gonna try something. I want to try to stream this video from The Hill. I don't know if you guys have seen this, but basically, The Hill had this panel discussion a couple of days ago, and they had this this commentator on there by the name of Deshandra Jefferson. And she made some disparaging remarks regarding Andrew Yang. Dismissive. She made some dismissive comments about Andrew Yang, which pretty much led to her Twitter feed kind of getting destroyed. So I want to go ahead and try to play this clip for you guys. I'll give you guys my thoughts, and we're going to answer the question if the Yanggang should be attacking commentators. And I'll give you my thoughts shortly. So let's see if this works. If this is playing like super laggy, let me know. I'll just cut it, and then I'll just record this video the long way. But let's see.
They've got Bernie there, they got Pete, they got Biden, they got Harris. And then they go to Booker, forgetting completely the fact that Andrew Yang raised $10 million. It's not the first time, Deshandra, that Yang has been left down, ignored. His name was wrong on MSNBC. What is going on?
How do you get Andrew Yang wrong?
Yeah.
I mean, like, that's just such an easy name to remember. Listen. He's just not taken seriously by the political establishment. He's not taken seriously by the media.
He's
a random.
People who gave him $10 million.
I mean, how many of them are Republicans who think that he's a running joke? Okay, let's be real here.
I don't think he's a running joke.
You know what? When I go to the polls in March in Virginia, I will not be voting him. I don't expect to see his name on the ballot. I think he's been a distraction. You know, I don't think he's a serious candidate. You know, I'm all in for Warren. I think I want to see more from her. I can't wait to see what her fundraising numbers.
It's going to be big.
It's going to be big, and that's going to be a good story. But Andrew Yang, he's just the average guy running for president, and his novelty is going to wear off.
But that's what's so interesting about him, because he is. I mean, Washington Post very dismissively called him random man running for president.
Yep.
And yet here he is, outraising Booker.
So I'm gonna just go ahead and I'm gonna go ahead and just pause this. Hold on, that's not it. Hold on, give me a second. Bow. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and just. She's uninformed. Give me one second. I'm trying to bring that window down. Okay, there we go. Okay, so Crystal Hill, is that her name? Crystal Hill? Crystal Ball, my bad. Crystal Ball actually gives a phenomenal response. Her and the other gentleman whose name escapes me, the guy in the black rim glasses, they pretty much defend Andrew Yang here. Really good defense. And I want to talk about this because I was going to initially make this video talking about being respectful and things, and just basically talking about the way that the Yanggang should conduct themselves. But this is actually a different scenario, okay? First of all, I believe commentators are fair game for one big reason. You're a commentator. You're supposed to be informed. You know what I mean? If I make a video and I say something and it's inaccurate, you know, I don't want to get destroyed for it. My intentions are pure. And if I misspeak or something like that, you know, by all means, you know, you should definitely be corrected if there's an opportunity or position where you can learn. But this particular person I found very interesting, because when I was starting to do a little research on her, because I was like, okay, well, who is this person? You know what I mean? I don't watch every Hill video, so I hadn't seen her face, but apparently she's been on there a bunch. She's done a bunch of these panel discussions. I assume she's talked about Andrew Yang to some capacity up until now. And considering she's supposed to be an informed person, she seems to have some type of relationships. I mean, she's not a nobody, you know what I mean? So it's not like that. But I go onto her Twitter feed, and the first thing I see is this, right? Progressive provocateur, formerly with the Democrats. She, her, hers, please feed me as I troll. And that is why that's what we're going to talk about real quick. So there was another piece that was written, another article that was written last week. I think it came out of Jezebel or something like that. And I was considering doing a response piece to that. And it occurred to me that was a bad idea because I don't want to dignify certain things with a response. You know what I mean? Like if you're a legitimate publication or legitimate publication, you have a real point. You're trying to make you're trying to inform people one side or something like that. Or you're trying to basically explain your position, and in doing so, maybe you have some misinformation or you misrepresent a position. Fine, I think there's a reason for somebody to go back and respond to that. But in certain instances, when someone is just trolling, which is clear that that's what this woman is doing, because as I jotted notes here, and look at these words she called him. She said he was a running joke by Republicans. One, I've never really heard anyone say he's a joke. I've heard people maybe refer to like UBI as a gimmick. That's fine. That's fair. I've said that. So I'm cool with saying gimmicky or that was a gimmick or, that was, even if you want to say his move at the debate was, I don't know, a clown move or something like that. Fine. You're talking about a specific thing. And that might be a fair position. But to just call him a running joke, he's not a running joke. Whatever. Maybe that's a backroom thing. Maybe in the back room he's a running joke. Whatever. Distraction, not a serious candidate. How is he a distraction? It annoys me when people say things like he's a distraction when you consider the numbers that he's getting. It's not like he's okay. Maybe you could consider him a distraction if you say that he's the difference between Warren or Sanders taking a commanding lead, but not much. I mean, he's polling, between 3% and 8%, depending on what day it is. Not a distraction. He obviously has a position, and his position is different than the other positions that are on stage, which is kind of what Crystal eventually started talking about, how, he's the one who's introducing automation to the conversation, something that no one else has talked about pretty much ever. I mean, I'm sure it's come up in, little casual conversations. I played the clip where Obama talked about it after he's president. Clinton considered running on UBI at one point. But it's not something that's really been a mainstream conversation, mostly academics and such. So how could he not be a serious candidate? She also called him a one-issue candidate further down. I don't know exactly what, but she called him a one-issue candidate. And, that's really one of the things I've been trying to focus on, is trying to pull away from the fact that talk about issues outside of UBI, because he has so many more interesting proposals. He's talking about a fundamental shift in our society, going from profit-driven capitalism to human-centered capitalism. These are drastically different ideas. So to call Angie Yang a one-issue candidate is completely dismissive, disrespectful, and it's just flat out wrong, okay? UBI is the foundation to a whole slew of new thoughts, new ideas, and like I said, a new way of living if we can get there. So her language here it was provocateur-ish. She was trying to insult people. She was trying to get the Yanggang riled up. And you could see as she starts to get away from what she's talking about, she comes back to say, what was that last thing she said? She comes back. He's just a guy running for president. He's just the average guy running for president. Average guys don't run for president. There's nothing average about running for president. Okay, that's something that most people would never do. Most people aren't even in the position to do. Most people aren't in the position to even get a vote or to do anything except for maybe pay the fee. It's an insult. You know what I mean? And she's wrong, and she knows she's wrong, and that's why she did it. As I said, she is a progressive provocateur. That was her goal. She just wanted some attention. I'm not somebody who validates somebody based on the amount of followers that they have or whatever. And like I said, I'm sure she's done wonderful things for the causes and people that she supports, but she doesn't support Angie Yang. So her entire goal in getting in that stage and speaking was to say something negative about Angie Yang so she can get some attention, because she has 361 followers. Again, I don't care about how many followers you have. I don't care if you have 2 followers. That doesn't mean you're a better person or a worse person than somebody else. What it means is you're somebody who's trying to make a name for yourself off of what you're doing. Like, to call yourself a provocateur, that's what you're saying. You're just trying to get some attention. You know what I mean? She's an Instagram model, okay? So I'm not gonna dignify her with a response. I'm not gonna use her name in the title of this video. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna give her that kind of shine. She doesn't deserve a response. she's trying to insult Andrew Yang. She's trying to get attention out of the Yanggang. And what I'm telling you is, though commentators are fair game, somebody like this they shouldn't be giving your attention, okay? There are people out there who are voters. She called Andrew Yang a distraction. She's distracting us from our goal. Our goal is to be talking to people who aren't familiar with Andrew Yang, who, have questions, and helping them to, get the clarity that they need so they can actually go and vote for him. Not engaging in a conversation with this person on Twitter who is admittedly a provocateur and has no real interest in changing her opinion or even having an actual honest dialogue between you and her about Andrew Yang's policies. Andrew Yang clearly is not a one-issue candidate. He has the most policies listed on his policy page than anybody else. So that's obviously not true. And if you're somebody who is involved in politics and you understand what he's talking about, you know that he's not talking about just one thing. He has big ideas here, and they're ideas that are frankly revolutionary in many ways. So this whole thing is like super irritating, but I don't want to let her get to me. You know what I mean? I'm going to stay focused, okay? I'm going to stay focused. We got important things to talk about. We have great information. We have great positive direction that Yang is heading in right now. Things are looking up for him. We ain't got to talk about this chick, man. She ain't talking about nothing. Let's see what you guys are talking about. I feel like I want to... Oh, boy. That's why Hillary lost. Exactly. Yep. People like that is exactly why Hillary lost. Yes. She said so herself. She was expecting a government position in Hillary's presidency, but instead she's here waiting now. She's hoping for a position in Warren's. She can hope, okay? But, again, I'm sure she does wonderful things. I'm sure she's got some type of insight. I mean, she's on stage. She's getting interviewed by Crystal and the gang. So she's somebody, but I don't care who she is. And she's not going to get my attention. I'm not going to follow her off of this. I'm not going to be supporting anything she's got her name attached to. And if she's going to be dismissive of a candidate who has real ideas and is about actual change, then I don't need to even consider whatever she's got going on, because she's not the type of person that I would even want to align myself with. I consistently say that I care about the way Andrew Yang thinks. That tells you about someone's character. This tells me about her character. It's not somebody I want to be involved with. Each situation depends. Absolutely. She's an establishment Democrat. This is the meritocracy in government. Yeah. Republicans tank Yang more seriously than Democrats. The Hillary supporter Democrats have destroyed our credibility. This woman is a perfect example. She probably believes Biden isn't corrupt. Oh, man. No, I mean, she just doesn't care. I mean, she's clearly said she supports Warren. That's her position, and that's what she's trying to do. But trying to insult Andrew Yang to put Warren up is just, it doesn't work. That doesn't work, okay? If Warren is the superior candidate, has the best policies, then so be it. There's no reason to just make disparaging remarks about Andrew Yang. Why? She's trash. I never voted before, never answered any polls. Reaching first-time voters like myself is key to Yang's success. His message works. Absolutely. She wants a job. Well, okay. I don't think she's going to get one off of this, but she supports Hillary, and Hillary wanted UBI but couldn't figure out how to pay for it. You're not drowning that voice out once they're in. What times? I'm in Central Standard Time. Yes, sir. Sure, buddy. I have a visitor. What's up, buddy? What can I do for you?
Nothing. I'm just telling you something.
What?
Where's the cream? Because I'm making Mom breakfast.
You making Mom breakfast?
And it's a bagel.
Eggs and bagel?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a bagel.
All right. Say hi to the internet. Say hi.
Hi.
All right. Go on in there. I gotta finish. All right, I gotta go on in there.
Why do you want me to say hi to you?
Because I'm on the live stream, buddy. I'm talking to the YouTube.
And whoever comes in there has to.
Yeah, we're talking. All right, I gotta get back.
What, this guy?
Yeah, this guy. I gotta finish. Get in there.
With that other guy?
Sonny, I have to finish. I'll be in there shortly. We'll make cupcakes, okay?
How?
We're gonna go. We're gonna go do it.
Okay.
All right, love you, buddy.
But what's the cream? Help me find it.
The coffee cream? What cream?
The cream for the bagel.
The cream cheese? Yeah. It's in the refrigerator in the little latch, in the little window. Bye, buddy. All right. So, he stole my show? Yeah, he did, man. It's not in a jar. It's in a little box. He's looking for cream cheese. Yeah. All right, buddy. Thank you. But yeah, man. Like I said, we don't want to dignify these things with a response, man. She's a troll. She's admits she's a troll. I'm going through her comments. Like I said, I'm trying to see what she's talking about. She ain't talking about nothing. She's going back and forth. She ain't talking about nothing. There's nothing significant here. She hasn't mentioned one policy. She's just going back and forth with people. Like, she tweeted out what was it? UBI. Oh, she pointed out this thing from Jacobin. Andrew Yang's UBI is a scam. This is on the 4th. Have I ever read this article? It's weird. It's weird. All of that Asians are in politics in this way. And now I'm seeing all of these Asian political commentators coming out to attack Yang. Like, all of these people I've never heard of. Like, I they just never heard of them. All of a sudden, there's just random Asian commentators coming out to say disparaging things about Andrew Yang. It's like, oh, they do that with everybody. It's not just black people. Like, wow, man, that's just crazy. Like, all right, man, you wanna get on? You can just say some crazy things about Andrew Yang, and after he's out of here, we'll give you a nice position somewhere. But yeah, maybe maybe I'll talk about this one day. I've never even seen this article. What day is this from? 6/27/19. Okay. But yeah, so her response basically, loving all the heat I'm getting from Yanggang. Y'all are so easily triggered. Kind of disappointed that Bernie Bros haven't come for me today. That was after her appearance. I'm impressed by the number of people with 25 followers and fake names, photos who felt the need to seek me out. I only have 338 followers. Are youngsters so triggered that y'all are creating fake accounts? So yeah, this guy right here, gal, this first comment here has the right idea. Okay, humanity first. She's not worth it. I'll be right there, buddy. I'll be right there. So yeah, I'm gonna wrap this video up. Like I said, I already finished the video I'm gonna be doing. I just wrapped filming a video on Andrew Yang's CNBC interview. I think it was a phenomenal interview. It's probably the best 15 minutes that I've really seen him have, talking about capitalism, UBI, explaining why he's not a socialist, his position as his human-centered capitalism versus democratic socialism. It's just a phenomenal piece. So I got that video I need to sit down and edit. But yes, if you see somebody who has a legitimate position, not necessarily their position, if they have a legitimate argument and they actually want to talk, objectively about things. Like, I try to be fairly objective. I don't say Yang is the greatest thing since sliced bread. I say negative things about Yang, but in general, I support his idea and I support his ability and his right to have ideas that are different than the mainstream ideas. Fine. But if somebody just wants to get attention and they're trying to use Andrew Yang to do it, don't give that to them. Like, there are far more beneficial things that you could be doing to help Andrew Yang. We are trying to be a nation of builders, not destroyers. I think Gary Vee says this, there's two ways to have the biggest tower: build the biggest tower or to knock down all the others. And I don't need to knock this lady down because she's not going anywhere, okay? Elizabeth Warren is not going to become the president. So if this is what she's hitching her bandwagon to, if that's her ticket, good luck, because it's not going to happen, okay? Let's stay focused on Andrew Yang. Let's stay focused on all the positives. Let's stay focused on winning over people who are on the fence. Let's not waste our time feeding the trolls. So if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you give me a like. I'm going to go ahead and tidy this up, throw it back up. And yeah, man, thank you guys for coming out. But like I said, let's just not waste our time on stuff like this. We got important things to handle. I gotta go. You guys have a good one. Peace.